As I mentioned, the double stop thing, like if you take a tempo like we was doing, what I do on this, it's done various different ways, is to play a note. Let's say you're playing with a straight pick or thumb pick, it really doesn't matter, but you use the fingernail right underneath and hold it as if it were a straight pick, and the pick and the fingernail hits two strings at the same time. And you just go back and forth, alternate picking. See, that was done just out of an E position. Sometimes you want to change the fingering so you can hold down more than one string. What you're doing basically is just reshaping the E chord into catching it like that. Use as many flat fingers as you can on it. And that right there, where you're just coming up from the treble, you're taking this form of the E chord and changing the fingering of it. So always remember, when you're doing that style, you can naturally pick it with your other fingers. But to get the flow of that, you want to use the pick and the index finger together as one. Means when the pick hits the second string, the fingernail, which is holding the pick, will play the first string. Okay, and then we just keep going up the E notes there. That basically comes out of that. And we're catching that a little strange way, because we're going to be bringing this finger right underneath. Ends up making an E7. Just kind of drag it up the notes. You come to okay, and you can keep on going up. Look like an E7. Out of the E chord, using a E and a G, bar, they come in with the E seventh there. Okay, we can kind of reverse and go back down the neck. I guess it would be a sixth or something. I don't really know that much about theory, but you can run a whole string of chords off of that. Move one finger and you get another chord. Okay, just keep going back down. Okay, that's I done a record called Sleight of Hand, which I kicked the song off like that. I think it's called High Heel Sneakers. Okay. Since we're dealing with E, we'll probably go ahead and do some chord voicings now. if we catch like a D and a F sharp, B flat, play all the strings open, you've got kind of a steel guitar sounding C6 kind of a chord. And various different timings you can so that is on the right hand. Okay. And some other chords that you can work out of. This is a D and an E, A flat and B. The strings you play on this will be 1, 3, 4, 5. And you slide up. You want to hear the string travel. So you move everything up, and then this one, I guess, will be up one more than it would usually be. Having any idea the name of these chords? And you got another slide there. Okay. And some other things you can do while you're dealing with the seventh sounds of E. Catch your B, D, E. Keep writing the E on up. You bring that into it like that. And you can catch your seventh like that. Kind of do it like that. Catch a, I think it's called a sixth. Okay. And some other little things by catching the chord in an unusual way. Say you've got this like E up here. Use your little finger and just hammer 2 at 10, 3 at 11. Alrighty. That's some things that you can do out of chord work out of E. Now we can get into maybe some single line playing. Basically, most of my lines are played like index, thumb, middle. Okay. Index, thumb, middle. With some occasional help from the pick, kind of a rule of thumb I went by, if there's more than 3 notes on a string, I kind of double up and use the thumb pick as a straight pick. Like for a chromatic scale or something. Start with an upstroke with a pick. Then you bring the other fingers in. Kind of mix it up. On a if I'm playing a tune, I like to kind of use the chords and single line and all kinds of phrasings in there, kind of like Chet did on some of his earlier records, where